Welcome to another Feldenkrais Awareness Through Movement lesson. I'm Ortal Goldshmid, a Feldenkrais and child space teacher. Today's lesson is about the health of our spine, how to ease the daily strain put on our backs, and how to make our spine healthy. So just lie on your backs and let's begin. Take a moment to invite yourself into yourself. How are you resting on the floor today? What is your contact with the floor? Where is your attention drawn to? And what is on your mind today? Pay attention to your back, which parts are resting, which parts are slightly lifted away. And in your imagination, take your finger and go over your spine, your vertebrae, from your tailbone, through your sacrum, your belt area. How far are these vertebrae from the floor? Your chest vertebrae, in between your shoulder blades, behind your neck. How high are those from the floor? All the way to the base of your skull. And stay with this sensation for a minute. Take the time to listen to your breathing. Feel the movement. Where is it? And take a picture of yourself at the beginning of the lesson so we can come back and compare. Slowly roll over to your front side, to your belly. Place both hands near your face, so your elbows are bent, and your left cheek is on the floor, so your face are turned to the right. And make yourself as comfortable as you can in this position. Your legs are comfortably spread apart, and listen how many parts of your left side is touching, the left side of the face are touching the floor. Is it more the nose and the middle of the cheek, or is it more your ear? How comfortable are you there? Where do you feel it's straining, or where do you feel you make an effort? And now turn your head to the other side. And give yourself a moment to distinguish how does it compare. Is it more or less comfortable? Which parts of your right cheek are touching the floor? Is your ear lifted? What about your nose? Is it straining somewhere? Can you breathe better or less? And now roll your head again to the right, so your left cheek is on the floor. And start tilting your pelvis from side to side. So you are slowly rolling your pelvis to the right and to the left. Keep breathing and find a comfortable way to do it. To which side is it more comfortable? Is it easier? Is it to the left or to the right? Where do you feel the movement is more smooth, maybe even bigger? And do you feel that your heels are rolling as well? Are you holding them? Try to invite them and see if it's making the movement easier. And now do it quicker. And stop. Roll your pelvis to the left and back to the middle. No need to go to the right. Feel what's happening in your knee, in your right knee. Do you feel that your right heel is moving inward to the left and your right knee is turning so its inner side is touching the floor? Are you breathing? Open your lips a bit, release your jaw. And the next time, start to drag your right knee up towards your elbow. It's only the direction. Do it very comfortably. Don't do too much, don't strain. Let it happen from the turning, from the rotation of the pelvis. And can you feel an echo for this movement? Can you feel that something is happening in your chest, in your shoulders, in your face? So the inner side of your knee is sliding up and back down. Next time, just leave your knee bent in a comfortable place and stay there and listen. Which parts of your face are touching the floor now? Is it different than in the beginning? Can you more comfortably turn your head now to the right? More parts are touching, maybe more towards your ear. Can you breathe more easily? And let your leg straighten down. And feel yourself now. Did it stay? Did it change? The contact between your face and the floor. Roll to your back and rest. Is there a change in the way you are resting on the floor? Compare between your right and left side. Are there any differences between them and from the picture of yourself in the beginning of the lesson? Slowly roll over to your front side. Your right cheek is on the floor. Your hands are bent by your face. Your elbows are bent. Your legs are comfortably spread apart. And let your pelvis roll. Let your pelvis turn to the right, to the left. How does it move here? And how can you make it easier, more possible, without straining? What parts can you invite in your legs? And feel to which side is it easier, maybe a bit bigger, and do it quicker, quicker. Stop and rest. While you're resting, pay attention to the way your face is touching the floor. Again, like we did in the beginning. And is your head in a straight line with the spine, or more forward, more backwards? Is it straining somewhere in your shoulders, in your neck? Let's see how can we make it more comfortable. Start to turn your pelvis to the right and back to the middle. Only right and middle, right and middle. Slow, go back to a slow pace so you can stay tuned to what's happening in your left leg. So can you feel that can you imagine how your spine is turning, your lower spine, your lower back is turning, right? And what is happening in your left hip? Can you feel it slightly lifted from the floor, and your left heel is moving inward, and your knee? And start sliding your knee up when it's available for you. Slide it up and let it come down again. Up, bent, and down, straight. And when you do that, think about initiating the movement from the pelvis. Don't go too high, only as much as it is nice and comfortable and soft. We want to develop a way, we want to find a way to make the mobility in our spine in a soft way, in a kind way, so nothing will strain. Next time, just stay there with your knee bent in a comfortable place and feel the contact between your face and the floor. Can you feel a difference? Can you feel something has changed? And why is it so? What happened? How come your spine is turning more easily now, so you can turn your head better? And straighten your leg back down. Feel your face again. Is it the same? Has it changed? Is it better than the beginning? And roll over to lie on your back. Rest in a natural position. And take a moment to feel how you are resting now. How are you breathing? Did the relation between the two sides of your body change? And slowly roll back to your belly. Turn your head to the right, so your left cheek is touching the floor. Bend your right knee and slide it up. Both of your arms are bent. Your hands are by your face, just as we did before. And now you're sliding your head towards your right arm in an arc. It doesn't have to be big. Go as much as it is comfortable and easy. Exhale while you're sliding your head. So your head is still touching the mattress or the blanket. Find an easy way to do it. What is happening in your spine? Can you imagine the curve that's occurring in your spine? Earlier, we did a lower curve in our lower back, and now we are creating the curve from the head, from the neck, from the chest, and stop in the middle. And now slide the back of your head towards your left arm and back, only to the middle. And again, don't strain, keep on breathing, find an easy way to do it. What movement do you feel in your spine now? In your thoracic vertebrae, in your chest? Can you feel an unfamiliar movement there in a way? They're connected to your ribs. And go back to the middle. And now slide your head again to your right hand, to your right arm as we did before. Is it any easier now after we went backwards? And stop in the middle and rest. Straighten your right leg. Again, feel the contact of your face. Has anything changed? Feel your whole contact with the floor, your whole self. And now press your right hand to the floor so you can lift your elbow up towards the ceiling. And you might want to change the location of your hand. Find a comfortable place to allow your elbow to rise up. And you're sliding both your head and knee towards each other and apart. So they are both bending. You want to look at your knee under your elbow and then bring them back to the starting position. Do it a few times, keep on breathing. And you can feel how your whole spine is now curving. Where is your weight shifted to? What are you leaning on in order to bend this way on your right side? Now your left arm is there because this is how we create movement between your spine and your left shoulder blade. But if it's not comfortable or straining, you can just take it down so your arm is long down and your palm is facing the ceiling. Your fingers are pointing at your foot. And try to do it a bit quicker. Stop and roll over to your back. What has changed? How is your right side resting on the floor comparing to your left? Your ribs, your pelvis, legs, arms. Roll your head to one side and to the other. And do it slow so you can notice the difference. It's not only about how big is the movement, it's also about how your head rolls with the help of gravity. Where do you feel it's easier, more natural? Stop. Slowly roll over to your belly. Roll your head to the left. Place your right cheek on the floor. Both arms are bent. Unless you have a pain in your right shoulder, then you can take your arm long down. And you are sliding your head towards your left arm. Exhaling. Feel how far can you go without straining, without pain. Keep on breathing. And think about the movement in your spine. What is happening there? Can you feel the curve? Is something happening in your shoulders? And now stop in the middle and slide the back of your head towards your right hand, your right arm. Very softly, gently. Can you see in your imagination the movement that your spine is making? Can you feel something is happening in your ribs, in your chest? Stop in the middle. And now go back to sliding your head towards your left arm. Is it bigger? And more important, is it easier now? Stop and rest. Stand your left arm so you're pressing your left hand to the floor and your elbow is rising up towards the ceiling. And you're sliding both your head and your knee up towards each other, your head down and your knee up towards each other. And of course, it's only the direction. Of course, they do not need to touch. It's only the direction, and you're looking towards your knee, and they both go back to the starting point. Feel how your left side is bending. Don't strain your left arm. Where are you shifting your weight in order to bend? Feel the curve of your whole spine, and you can do it faster. Stop and rest. You can rest on your belly, you can roll to your side, to your back. Slowly roll over to your belly. Place both arms bent, both hands by your face. Your head is rolled to the right, so your left cheek is on the floor. And bring both elbows up, so you are leaning on both hands, right? Slide your right knee up and your head towards your knee to look at it as we did before. And now straighten your right leg, turn your face to the left and do the same. You're sliding your left knee up and your head to look at it. And now you alternate. Once to the right, once to the left. So your head is turning from side to side and your knees are alternating. How can you make it comfortable with your elbows and your shoulders? How can you make it comfortable to your neck? And now do it quicker, faster. From side to side, from side to side, side to side. Stop and roll over to your back. How do you feel your back now? What has changed? How do you feel your spine? How do you sense your spine? Can you imagine it differently than in the beginning? Can you sense more parts? Or in a different way? How do you breathe? Where? Is it only in the front? Or maybe in other sides? And slowly roll over to your belly. Come up on your knees and on your elbows, forearms and hands. So your hands are spread on the floor, your forearms, your elbows, and you're on your knees. And now slide your left knee under your belly, so it's getting closer to your elbows. Find a place. You don't need to reach your elbows, of course. You can go back a little bit with your elbows, slide them, and then straighten your right leg down. So you are leaning now on your lower leg, on the back of your foot, of your left foot, and on your knees, and on your elbows and hands. And your right leg is straight behind you. Let your head hang for the time being and start rotating your pelvis to the sides, to the right and to the left. Organize yourself so it's going to be comfortable. Find a way. You can take your knee a bit out. You can bring your elbows closer or further away. Just find the right way for you. And just listen to the movement in your spine. First, start with your pelvis. To which side is it easier for the pelvis to turn? What is happening in the other part of your spine? In the belt area, in your chest area, in between your shoulder blades. Is there any echo in your neck? What is your head doing? And how can it help the movement of the pelvis? Try, you have many variations. If you need a break, of course take a break and then come back. Remember to breathe. If it's too much in your hip or your hip joint, you can try with straight arms, leaning on your hands only, and coming up on your right knee. You can try that. Stop and rest. Come back to your knees and elbows, and now bring your right knee forward and straighten your left leg back. Let your head hang so you don't make any effort there in your neck, and just roll your pelvis. See how is the movement here. Your ribs, your shoulders, your head, your pelvis. And now, when you're rolling your pelvis to the right, take your face to the left. And vice versa, your pelvis to the left and your face to the right. So you can lift your head as much as it's comfortable for you, no effort. And you can look behind your shoulder, above your shoulder, under. Try all options. And now let's do the opposite direction. When you take your pelvis to the right, you take your face to the right as well, and the back of your head to the left. So pelvis and nose go in the same direction. Is it more easy or less comfortable? Stop and come to rest on your back. What is the floor telling you? Roll your head. Where do you feel the movement is free? Where do you feel it's a bit jerky, if any? And is there an echo in your spine, in your ribs? Stop and slowly turn over to your belly. And bring yourself to your knees and to your elbows. Bring your left knee under your belly. Your right leg is straight behind you. You can always find an adjustment. You can always lean on your knee instead of on your front thigh. And we go back to the same movement. And now you know that the head can participate and support the movement of your pelvis to create a chain movement in your spine. On which side do you think you can slowly come to sit on? On which side of your pelvis? Don't go too far, too fast. First of all, check. Check your possibilities, your options. How can you do it without falling? How can you help with the turning of your head? And slowly come to sit. If you need more time, just take the time. You can always stop the recording. So you are sitting like a baby, like the baby is transitioning to sitting. You're leaning on your left hip joint, and your left elbow and forearm. Find the right place. And then, just like a baby, you can push yourself up to sitting. Ha! It's nice to be tall. As if it was your first time. And now slide your left arm down so you can come back to your belly. And come to stand on your right knee and both elbows, so your left leg is long behind you, and do the same with your right knee tucked under your belly. So you're rolling your pelvis. Feel if it's easy now, if the movement is bigger now, with the help of the rest of your spine, with the help of your head, with the chain movement. Keep on breathing and slowly find a way to come to sitting, to side sitting. At first we lean on the elbow. It's called a Hollywood position or prima donna position. You can wave like the Queen of England with your left hand and slowly push yourself up and come to sit. And give yourself a big bravo smile. And now slide back on your right arm and come to lie on your belly. We're going to the first movement that we did. Your face is turned to the right and your arms are bent, so your hands are by your face. And you're sliding your right knee up a few times. See if the pelvis learned its work, if it's smarter now, if the knee is smarter now with the help of your whole spine. And now bring it back, your right leg is straight, and do the same movement with your left leg. You're bending your left knee up, but you keep your face to the right. So don't go far, stay where it's comfortable and easy and possible. For some of you, it might be even more comfortable than the curve on your right side. Try to imagine or to grasp the structure of your spine now. So you're bending your left knee and then sliding it back straight. Bending and straightening. And now rest for a minute with both arms straight and alternate. Once you're bending your right knee and once your left. Keep on breathing. Stop and just feel how can your head turn better now? Is it better now than the beginning? And turn your head to the left, your face. And a few times slide your left knee up. How easy is that? How possible? Did you find the way? Stop. And now slide your right knee bent up on the floor. What is that creating in your spine? Is it like an S or something else? And now alternate your right knee, your left knee. Stop. How is your neck turned now? How is your face resting on the floor? Is it less straining in your shoulders, in your neck? What happened? How did your spine allow it to be more comfortable? Slowly turn to your back. And sense your whole self. What has changed? What is different than in the beginning of the lesson? Can you feel more peace within yourself? It's nice to see how work on our belly, on our front side, has so much impact on the way we're organized on our back. So, for all those who are worried about lessons on the belly, remember that sensation that you feel right now. And slowly find your way up to standing. Take a moment to adjust to upright position. How grounded are you? How tall are you? And just roll your head or turn your head to the right a few times, and then to the left, and from side to side, very softly. How far can you go very softly and gently? And do you feel any echo in your spine, down your spine, and in your ribs? And now let your shoulders participate, your chest. Slowly from side to side, invite your pelvis and feel how your whole spine can support your head, and how the movement we've developed in between the vertebrae for turning is there also when we stand, in all our actions. And you can keep in mind, stop for a minute and stand, and just keep in mind your spine, your whole spine. You have a long one, and it's there for you to use. Take a few steps. Listen to the way you walk, to your pace, to your ribs, and walk backwards. Walk in a normal pace, forward. Let your arms swing, look at the horizon, and thank yourself for this time to connect and to recharge.